Good day, everyone. My name is Margaret Salyers, and I am a student at Kaplan University. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video about an idea I have for nonprofit organization fundraising. I would like a brief moment not to point fault at our government for their choices in reducing the fundings towards our nonprofit organizations for abuse clinics and shelters, but to bring the results to light. Our economy is suffering terribly, which has caused many families to struggle more than they ever have, and even thought they would. The Huffington Post, in an interview with Scott Thompson, the chief of police in Camden, New Jersey, spoke to the paper about the survey results of a new survey by the nonprofit Police Executive Research Forum, also known as PERF. After his analysis, he states that when stress is in the home increases because of unemployment and other hardships, domestic violence increases. The government is trying to find ways to compensate and to keep more funding for what they feel is important. But isn't violence prevention and post-violence treatment important? The biggest thought that comes to mind is if the people of our community are being wounded by violence and cannot escape it, nor receive treatment to recover, then how are these people supposed to keep this country running? The people of this country need to take charge and stand for their communities. The government has made a point to remind us that we are one nation under God. So I believe it is up to the people to bring this to reality. Back and save what is left of our country. The Huffington Post also reported in May 2012 in a poll of 730 domestic violence shelters across the country, nearly 80% reported seeing an increase in women seeking abuse. At the same time, funding for prevention and assistance programs have decreased. We all know someone that was a victim, and even some of us are victims of abuse, whether as a child or an adult, and it is our duty as a human being to stand up for those who have no legs to stand on. According to MarketWatch article on the 4th National Mary Kay Truth About the Abuse Survey, shelters report that the abuse is getting more severe. Survivors are staying in abusive relationships longer, and shelters expect the situation will not only stay the same, or it gets worse in light of the economy. People are often afraid to contribute financially to nonprofit organizations in fear that they have no idea what their money is going to. This is an accurate concern, but what if we could physically see what we are funding to and what it's going to? What if we could bring part of our contribution home to remind us of what we contributed to help those people in need that have been wrongly abused? The American Art Therapy Association conducted a study of various types of artistic therapy in February 2011. The results of this study indicated that group therapy is using a series of structured tasks, increasing the value assigned to each of these curative factors. According to Addie Furman, PhD, she was the supervising psychologist in this study of 15 adult females, incest survivors, participated in this study that employed a controlled group, individual psychotherapy, and 2 experimental groups, verbal techniques and art therapy, such as drawing, painting, and verbal processing. Each met for 8 weeks at 90-minute sessions. After 2 and 8 weeks, all participants rated the significance of the curative factors of characteris cohesion and insight in their treatments using the curative climate instrumental instrument. Many people in this country work very hard on a daily basis, and they want to come home and just relax. Oftentimes, they choose to do something that they find calming to ease their day away. Some of us sew, some people take photographs, some people paint, and some people draw or even write. Many people have their own unique and creative way to release their stresses. Psychologists conduct artistic therapy sessions with the victims of abuse. And there should be no reason that these people in the nonprofit therapeutic environments should not be able to benefit from this also. Even better, as a bonus to not only the victims, but the nonprofit organizations as a whole, they could turn that practice into a constant fundraiser. Artistic therapeutic projects for victims are even more effective when conducted in social groups with other victims. This gives them the ability to see that they are not alone, and to have someone besides a therapy professional to share their story of mutual understanding. Market Watch made a point in their article about the 4th National Mary Kay Truth About Abuse Survey, stating that 87% of domestic violence shelters, nearly 9 out of 10, expect that their overall situation during the next 12 months will be worse than it is now, or the same as it is now, due to the economy. If victims were able to participate in artistic therapy to create a wide range of art, ranging from painting to drawings to quilting and various other creative creations within their nonprofit clinics or shelters, it would be a good asset to the organization also. The organizations could benefit from auctioning these items online. The creations of these victims by anonymously as a consistent fundraiser. This would provide a stronger financial guarantee to the nonprofit organizations. The artistic project fundraiser allows the victims to give a little something back to their community. It eases the concern of the donors from not knowing what their donations were going to, or even their contributions were going to. The project puts the healing progress on display for potential donors, allowing them to see what their funding can do for these victims. The biggest contribution from a fundraiser such as this is it allows donors to save their local communities, where their government has nonprofits hanging and opens the doors for these victims to get back to their communities through the healing processes. Thank you for listening to this video, and I hope that you will support me in my idea.